From his explosive live videos to public meltdowns, King's antics kept pushing his family deeper into the public crossfire.
Put him in the boxing ring. That's all you got to do. Get somebody about his size that can NBA box and make it clear that he can whoop him. That's what you do. You get him out in the street and let him talk and say, I see you in the ring. Come on, man. I don't do, you got to teach him a lesson. What is up, YouTube? How y'all doing? Hey, check this out, man. This is 6 days ago. T.I. cuts ties with his son over leaked photos. Y'all hit that subscribe button, hit that bell. Let's check this one out, man. I'm trying to catch up on what's going on with T.I. and his son. Officially, he's not in jail yet. Officially, right? And bro, you need to get yourself together, man. You can't go after everybody just because you know you got more money than they do. I mean, that don't mean nothing. There's a lot of people out here that got more money than me. And there's a lot of people that got way less money than me. Not way, but I meant to say way more money than me, but also people that has less money than me. I don't want to make it seem like way, way less money. No matter what you do in life, there are going to be people that have more. This is for the younger generation. Bernetta, shout out to, I know I'm going to tear up your name. Burnett or Bernetta wrote me this long message, man. And I sit there and I thank God for the position I'm in. I thank God that people are listening to Uncle Mike. And I'm like, what? I can't listen to the videos no more, man, because I'm mad at myself, but I'm getting better. But anyway, shout out to you and God bless you. How about that? But some of these kids, they got to realize quick, no matter what you do, they're going to be people that look or can do things better than you or act or have less than you. No matter where you at in life, there's going to be a more and less ladder. You got to learn that first. Be happy and be proud of where you at, wherever you at. You feel me? Just because a person has more or less than you, you don't treat them like that. You treat everybody with respect and try to help people. You getting online, King T.I.'s son, I can't even call you King, man. All your life, your parents been praising you, thinking you God. That's what the problem is. Nobody corrected you, and now you got stuck in your mind that can't nobody, I can talk the way I want to talk anytime I please to. That's what the problem is. You need to yoke that little boy up sometimes. What are you going to do? Take a gun to his dad? But see, you wait to the boiling point. That's what the parents go wrong. You wait, you let them get away with this. You let them get away with this. Then one day you slept on the wrong side of the bed, right? And you are sick of it. And I ain't taking it this time. And the son or the kid looks at you like, you usually take this maybe up. They already know they went too far. But damn, I ain't go like way overboard. I didn't come in here with a baseball bat like I was going to hit you. I came in here with the same mouth. Soon as they say that wrong mouth, man, you need to correct that shit, man. Off the break, you need to jump on them real hard. You don't talk to daddy like that. And when they ask you a question and keep asking you, why I can't do this? See, I can't even do, why I can't do this? Because I said so, that's why. I'm the mother man in here. That's what you need to do, but they don't do that. They got all this money and all this richness, so they gonna spoil the kid, the kid get away with everything. Now he gonna try that getting away with everything out in public. That's what the problem is. Hold up, young boy. You can't drive a car and do whatever you want. And you got a gun on you and you high. You think nothing happened to you. Let him sit in that jail sometime and let him deal with some of them people in that jail. Just because of who he is, they gonna pick a fight with him. I don't care who you are. You're a young baby face kid. And they gonna show you what thoroughness is, man. They gonna show you what toughness is. That's what they gonna do. Man, hit that subscribe button, hit that bell. Let's check this bad boy out.
Kodak Black. You out of pocket, nigga. Fix that shit.
Look at this dude, man. Look at this dude. Come on, T.I. You talking about Kodak Black. You on a video talking about Kodak Black. You falling right into their trap. I can do this, man. I can do this. I can do this, man. I don't want to.
Expeditiously, nigga. You out of pocket, nigga. Ain't nobody else gonna say it, nigga. I done said it to you, nigga. And if I see you, I'm gonna say it in your face, nigga. You out of pocket, nigga. Get your self together.
I need that.
Stop hitting me and getting in my comments, telling me what to tell King, okay?
The Harris family, once seen as hip-hop royalty, is now drowning in scandal. Everything came crashing down when a wave of leaked photos, allegedly tied to King Harris, the son of T.I. and...
Hey, I like this dude right here, man.
The Harris family, once seen as hip-hop royalty, is now drowning in scandal. Everything came crashing down when a wave of leaked photos...
My man right here with the dreads, I'm sorry, I don't know his name. I heard him on Instagram, man. This dude right here, this dude is coming up. This brother right here has got positive rap. I would love, if I had a show or whatever, I would love to support him and have him on my show. This guy right here, he's great. You need to check him out.
Photos allegedly tied to King Harris, the son of T.I. and Tiny, hit the internet like a bombshell. These weren't just casual selfies. They were bold, personal, and way too private to be floating across social media timeline. The internet went wild, fans were shocked, critics jumped in, and suddenly the Harris household, once praised as picture perfect, was getting dragged in the mud. People weren't just pointing fingers at King, they were calling out T.I. and Tiny, questioning if the parents had failed their son.
Yes.
The backlash was vicious, and while King tried to keep his mouth shut, the noise only got louder.
Yes.
Then the unthinkable happened. Rumors spread that T.I. himself had cut off his own son, allegedly disowning him in the middle of all this chaos.
Let you tell it. You was an orphan.
I was never an orphan. That was Batman. That's Batman's story. I'm a grandma boy.
Man,
I like to be in the neighborhood.
The man who built a rap legacy around family values was now accused of shutting the door on his own blood. That shocking twist turned a messy scandal into a full-blown circus, and fans couldn't stop asking what really went down behind closed doors. For years, the Harris name stood tall in hip-hop culture. T.I., the self-proclaimed king of the South, wasn't just a hit maker, he was a mogul, a businessman in the face of a powerful family dynasty. His wife, Tiny, came from R&B royalty with her group Xscape, and together they raised a blended family that became TV famous on shows like T.I. and Tiny, The Family Hustle. On camera, they looked like the ultimate power couple, wealthy, strong, and tight-knit. But behind those staged smiles and reality show edits, trouble had been bubbling for years. King Harris, born into the spotlight in 2004, wasn't just any celebrity kid. He was loud, brash, and always looking for attention. At first, fans thought it was cute, but as he grew older, that fiery personality transformed into reckless behavior that turned into one viral scandal after another. From his explosive live videos to public meltdowns, King's antics kept pushing his family deeper into the public crossfire.
Put him in the boxing ring. That's all you gotta do. Get somebody about his size that can NBA box and make it clear that he can whoop him. That's what you do. You get him out in the street and let him talk and say, I see you in the ring. Come on, man. I don't do, or you got to teach him a lesson. He think he can't be whooped. He haven't felt no real spanking pain. That's what the problem is. I used to tell my mom and dad, man, Keep that belt away from me. I don't give a daggone. I'd rather just sit in my bed and read a book than have that belt on my behind. That's what the problem is. Well, the government say you can't hit a kid.
Bullshit. Bullshit.
The government don't live in my house. I don't give a daggone. The government does not live in my house. You can call the government. You can call the police. I don't mind going to jail for what I believe in. That's what the problem is. He about to go to jail. I don't want my son to go to jail. I want to take his place, so I'm going to beat his tail.
Things really spiraled when King became a father way too early.
Way
and not
too
without
early.
Controversy.
I ain't want to say that. I didn't even want to say that. You 2021, you haven't even lived your life. Kid, still wet behind the ears. Y'all know this, man. Y'all know. Oh, my God.
King's antics kept pushing his family deeper into the public crossfire. Things really spiraled when King became a father way too early and not without controversy. He welcomed a child with a much older woman known as Big Nana, and instead of praise, the internet tore him apart. Fans didn't celebrate. They judged. Rumors swirled that the pregnancy was just a distraction from other scandals, or worse, a publicity stunt. Then came the biggest shocker of all. A viral TikTok claimed that King might not even be the father. Alleged DNA results had people losing their minds, and memes spread like wildfire, clowning the entire Harris family. While Tiny tried to fight back, posting family photos with the baby and calling the rumors clickbait, the internet wasn't buying it. King's sister Nick Poland added her own sarcastic jab, tweeting, "What street this word come off of, Chili?" And that only fueled the fire more. Fans dug up old footage of T.I.'s reaction to King's baby news, and it didn't look like a proud father moment. It looked like worry, maybe even suspicion. Suddenly, whispers about paternity weren't just online gossip, they became the center of the storm. And just when you thought it couldn't get messier, Kodak Black's old beef with T.I. came crawling back into the spotlight. Back in 2019, Kodak went off on Instagram Live, throwing personal and downright disrespectful jabs at T.I.'s sons, using language that made fans cringe. At the time, most people dismissed it as trash talk during their feud, but now, years later, with King at the center of leaked photos, baby rumors, and questions about his lifestyle, Kodak's words are being re-examined like clues. Was Kodak just running his mouth, or did he know something back then? The fact that T.I. never directly defended King in that beef is making people raise eyebrows. His clapbacks were about pride, respect, and his own name, not his son.
So what is the real what do you feel like they got on you that they shouldn't have on you? So I feel like with them probably seeing you grow up, they just got like, you can't be you.
Go.
Yeah, man, it's a lot about that TV show, man, that got people confused. Because I live with my grandma. You know, we'll go to the house on like a weekend. They'll say, "Hey, we shooting today. We need y'all at the house." They'll come get me from my grandma's house. And right after we done, when the cameras go off, I'm right back to my grandma's house. Yeah.
Why are you living
That
with your
silence
grandma?
is now haunting the family, fueling the idea.
See what I'm saying? You got all these safety nets. The kids got safety nets. I know plenty of kids in my life. I know plenty of kids that's living with their grandma. And the grandmom is telling me, she get on my nerves. I try to talk to her and she just don't do nothing. They don't clean up. None of that stuff. I live with my grandma. Why they live with grandma? Because grandma let them get away with everything. The parents done kirked off on them. Instead of what the other video said, guiding every step of their life. He said a parent can't guide every step of their life. Yes, they can that's bull. Man, get out of here. Here we go.
T.I. might have known more than he ever admitted. Fast forward to 2025, and King Harris is at the center of one of hip-hop's wildest family sagas. The leaked photos, the rumors about a double life, and the DNA drama around his child have turned him into a trending topic for all the wrong reasons. But then King threw gasoline on the fire with a bombshell confession. He admitted that he never actually grew up in that glamorous mansion we all saw on T.I. and Tiny, The Family Hustle. According to King, that reality TV family life was smoke and mirrors. He said they used to pick him up from his grandmother's house for filming, make him smile for the cameras, and then ship him right back once the lights turned off.
That's because T.I. kicked you out the house because you wouldn't obey. That's what happened to me. I ain't grow up in that. And that probably was maybe how long you been living? How long you lived in their house? And then when did you switch to your grandmother's house? Yeah, you ain't letting us know that part.
That revelation shattered the perfect family image and painted a picture of a boy raised more by his grandmother than his superstar parents. Fans immediately started connecting the dots. Maybe this lack of day-to-day parenting is what fueled King's constant craving for attention, his wild stunts, and his reckless behavior. The signs were there all along. King's public antics weren't just teenage rebellion, they were cries for validation. He went viral for bizarre stunts like the one-chip challenge with a homeless man, cursing out a mini-mart worker, and even spending a fortune on new teeth just to flex for the cameras. Each move screamed louder than the last, "Notice me," but instead of being known for talent, King became infamous for outbursts. He even challenged the late rapper Julio to a boxing match, which many called a clout-chasing stunt, while others warned it was reckless, especially with how deadly rap beefs can get. It was like King was searching for an identity, and instead of carving his own lane, he kept testing the limits of what people would tolerate. Then came one of the most unforgettable moments, the NFL meltdown. What was supposed to be a simple father-son outing at a football game turned into a viral circus. Cameras caught King yelling, puffing his chest, and screaming that he was standing on business. The crowd was shocked, and just when things looked like they might get out of hand, T.I. himself had to step in. The rap legend put his son in a headlock, yes, a real headlock, in front of thousands of fans and cameras rolling. That clip spread across the internet like wildfire.
See, that's what I'm saying, man. This is what I'm trying to explain to y'all. You can't wait till your kid is grown and embarrassing you in the middle of the streets or embarrassing you in public, and now you want to put hands on them. Wrong. It should have been something that got you heated, even though it's a little bit of heat, because it's coming from your son and we behind closed doors. That should make it a lot of heat and say, look here, boy, let me tell you something. I'm your daddy. You gonna do what I tell you to do. Jack his butt up right then and there. I mean, jack him up more than what it's worth. Don't try to, when you parenting, you try to, when the kid do this should be the punishment. When a kid do that, this should be the punishment. If a kid raise their, I remember one day I raised my hand at my mom or my dad. I can't even remember which one it was. That should be the end of the story right there. I can't even remember which one it was. But the beating and the whooping and the beat down lasted for at least, it felt like 20, 30 minutes. I never got a whooping from the basement to the middle floor to upstairs bedrooms, and then he came back and did some more. That's parenting. I ain't never been to jail. I ain't never toted no gun when I know it's illegal. And
it wasn't just a father disciplining his son, it was damage control live on stage.
That's when you don't want to do it.
Hands and cameras rolling. That clip spread across the internet like wildfire. It wasn't just a father disciplining his son, it was damage control live on stage. For many, that headlock symbolized just how out of control King had gotten. And
son, listen to me. Son, hold up. Look, man, y'all, especially you, T.I., everybody know who you are, son. Listen to me. After strike 2, because we in public, and I know you heated, you don't get a strike 3. I'm going off on you. I'm putting you in a headlock, and I'm letting you know that you out of line. It's the grandma's fault.
How desperate T.I. was to rein him back in before the family name got dragged even deeper. But the chaos didn't stop there. King was soon arrested after police reportedly found weed in his car. And just like that, another mugshot went viral. The timing couldn't have been worse. Days earlier, he had dropped a flashy music video full of guns and street talk, trying to sell himself as a hardened figure. Fans and critics tore into him. Some said he was playing gangster when everyone knew he came from privilege. while others argued he was a young man spiraling without guidance. Even Boozy stepped in and told King to chill before things got ugly. And when someone like Boozy is telling you to pump the brakes, you know you're deep in dangerous territory. Meanwhile, T.I. looked like a man torn in two. On one hand, he tried to show public love, reminding everyone that King was still young and figuring life out. But behind the scenes, sources claimed his patience was running out. How many times could he defend King before fans stopped listening? Every time he said, "It's just a phase," King would pull another stunt that made things worse. To outsiders, it looked like a father running out of excuses and a son who didn't care about the fallout. But deep down, some people saw something more heartbreaking. Maybe King wasn't just rebelling. Maybe he was hurting. His online clapbacks exposed that frustration. In one rant, King snapped, "If I'm the ugliest person in the world, what that make you?" It wasn't just pettiness, it was pain. It sounded like someone who's been judged more than loved, criticized more than guided. Fans started asking, is this really about bad choices or is it about neglect? If King was raised more by his grandmother than his superstar parents, maybe that emotional distance left scars deeper than anyone realized. Suddenly, all the outbursts, the meltdowns, the mugshots didn't just look like rebellion, they looked like cries for help that nobody in his family knew how to answer. And that's the tragedy. Underneath the drama, the headlines, and the social media memes, there's a young man trying to figure out who he is outside the shadow of T.I. and Tiny. Instead of being guided through the pressures of fame, he's been left to stumble through it in real time, with the internet watching every mistake. And now, with rumors swirling about his child, whispers about his lifestyle, and the possibility that T.I. has publicly cut him off, the emotional distance between father and son is impossible to ignore. The world is left asking, is T.I. stepping back to protect his brand, or is he just a heartbroken dad who doesn't know how to reach his son anymore? Either way, one thing is clear. Every outburst makes the damage harder to fix, and every headline drives the wedge even deeper. To really understand why King Harris ended up in this whirlwind, we gotta rewind and look at the bigger picture of how he grew up. Clifford Joseph Harris Jr., better known as T.I., was already a household name in the early 2000s, dominating the charts with albums like Trap Music and Urban Legend. He wasn't just a rapper, he was a mogul in the making, dropping hits, running Grand Hustle Records, starring in movies, launching clothing lines, and eventually building reality TV shows with his wife, Tiny. On paper, it was the American dream draped in designer clothes and Atlanta street credibility. But here's the catch. While T.I. was building an empire, someone in his family was getting left behind, and that someone was King. Born in 2004, King was thrust into the spotlight before he even knew how to walk. From the moment cameras started rolling for the family hustle in 2011, millions of viewers saw what looked like a tight, happy family living large in a mansion. But King later shattered that illusion by revealing it was all staged. He wasn't raised in that glamorous house. He was living with his grandmother most of the time. Whenever filming came up, they'd scoop him up, put him in front of the cameras, and then send him right back once the lights went off. That admission flipped the script and made fans realize the so-called perfect family life was more TV magic than reality. Why would T.I. and Tiny, who had money, power, and resources, decide not to raise King full-time? Insiders say T.I.'s non-stop schedule played a huge role. At the peak of his career, he was everywhere, touring, recording, filming, managing business deals, barely home long enough to breathe. Tiny wasn't any less busy, balancing her own music, raising multiple kids, and holding down her spot in the entertainment world. So the family leaned heavily on Grandma to provide stability. And while Grandma love is real, she couldn't replace the active presence of two parents guiding their son through the pressure of fame. That gap may seem small at first, but over time it left scars. King wasn't just growing up, he was growing up in the shadow of the spotlight with too much freedom and not enough structure. And that freedom, it turned into a problem. King was always spirited, loud, and attention-seeking. Even as a kid on TV, he was known for funny one-liners and viral moments. But as he grew older, the cuteness faded and the behavior got harder to handle. The same boldness that once made fans laugh turned into defiance, arrogance, and chaos. Social media became his stage, but instead of winning over fans with talent, he got known for rants, fights, and reckless behavior. One day he was beefing online, the next he was getting clowned for arguing with a store clerk or flexing like he was built for the streets. People started asking, was this rebellion, or was King just searching for attention from parents who weren't always there? The infamous headlock incident with T.I. at the NFL game told the world what was really going on. Seeing a father put his son in a chokehold in front of thousands wasn't just parenting, it was desperation. Years of tension, frustration, and missed opportunities boiled over into one public moment that went viral instantly. That image became a symbol, not just of a son spiraling, but of a father who could no longer keep the chaos behind closed doors. Soon after, King's arrest only made things worse. The mugshot became another meme, another headline, another reason for critics to drag the Harris name through the mud. For a family built on image and reputation, this was more than drama. It was brand damage. And here's the part that stings. King's story feels bigger than just bad choices. This is a kid who grew up famous before he could even understand what fame meant. The cameras were there before the lessons. The spotlight hit harder than the parenting, and now he's left to figure himself out under the most brutal audience, the internet. When King lashes out, when he flexes, when he claps back at haters, it's not just arrogance. It sounds like pain, like someone who's been judged more than guided. And while T.I. may have built an empire, his son's struggles show the cost of trying to juggle success and family without balance. So where does that leave King now? He's not a kid anymore. He's a young man standing at a crossroads with every decision broadcast to millions. The question is, will he turn it around and carve out his own legacy? Or will he keep spiraling, becoming another cautionary tale of fame, family, and fractured parenting? Did T.I. and Tiny miss their shot at keeping him grounded? Or is King determined to walk his own path no matter how messy it gets? Either way, one thing is certain, the spotlight is relentless. And in the age of leaks, receipts, and viral clips, there's nowhere left to hide. And that's why the Harris family saga has everybody glued in. Because this isn't just about one kid's mistakes. It's about what happens when fame collides with family and nobody knows how to handle the fallout. King Harris isn't just battling rumors and headlines. He's battling expectations, legacy, and the weight of being T.I.'s son. Whether he sinks or swims is something we're all watching in real time. And the next chapter of this story might be even wilder than what we've already seen. So what do you think? Is King just a young man making reckless moves? Or is this the result of neglect and pressure behind the scenes? Drop your thoughts below, and don't forget, hit that subscribe button, smash that like, share this with your people, and leave a comment about where you think this saga is headed next.
Both. I think it's both, man. I think that T.I. Here's what happens with kids, man, and these rich parents or whatever. They try to love the kids with money. And then when the kids don't do what they want them to do, they punish the kids with money. But when the kid embarrasses you and kirk off in public to ruin what you built, now you ready to spank the kid, discipline the kid, but he done got away with so much stuff. He ain't used to no beatings. So since he never got beat, I hate to use that word, he never been physical disciplined, because you can yank him, you can yank him by the arm when they little, and that's enough of a spanking. Pop them on the butt, you know, that type of thing. You want to pop? Don't ask the kids that question. Yeah, I want to pop, of course, and you ain't gonna do nothing. Nah, you gotta discipline these kids, man. That's what I believe in. And I know one thing, all the kids, they know. All of them know. Even the ones at church, they know. You can talk that trash and we can laugh, talk, and play. And you can sit there and talk to them other deacons and everything. But when you come up to that bass player, you better correct yourself before you wreck yourself. They knew I didn't play. I would laugh, joke, and play the most. Anyway, man, I ain't got no kids, right? I know one thing, my nephew, he just called me to, shout out to the nephew. Shout out to my nephew, man. I love him to death, boy. Got me walking around my chest sticking out. He want me to invest in Bitcoin with him. He have already invested 10,000, and he said he want to invest another 10, and he want me to go in with him. What? I don't even know nothing about no Bitcoin. So what make it so bad is he can't explain it to me. He don't even know. Long story short, he said, well, I got the money, but I got 5,000 saved for his son. You know, he got a bank account with his son name on it and everything. 5,000. He said, I don't want to touch that. That's for my son. And my chest growing like I can't stick my chest out hard enough. Yeah, got his own house, got his cars. He had 3 cars. He totaled one of them because he wanted to act like he know it all. Drunk. Unc, I know you mad at me. I ain't mad at you. You crashed your car. Now you ain't crashed my car. Look here, man. I'm gonna get on up out of here, man. It is a way to discipline these kids. That's all I gotta say. Y'all take it light, take it slow. Tell them Uncle Mike told you so. Peace out.